And you told the story of this woman who killed herself, right?
Well, okay, so after we left the porn industry, I was kind of wondering what I wanted to do next. Also, I really liked working with the producer that I worked on that show, Lena. And yeah, about 6 months after we left the industry, a porn performer called August AMES took her life. And it was a couple of hours after Twitter had piled in on her for tweeting something that was deemed homophobic. And then she was found dead a few hours later. And this was December. We finished making the show in like July of what year was it? 2018, I guess. And August took her life in December. So I thought I'm the only person who's ever written a book about public shaming on social media and spent a whole bunch of time in the porn world. I should approach her husband for an interview, because her husband had kind of gone public and was blaming particular porn stars for cyberbullying August to death. So I approached Kevin and we did an interview. Actually, he hadn't gone public. He was going to go public the same day that we did the interview. He was going to release a statement naming particular porn performers for Twitter bullying August to death. And I said to Kevin, like, are you sure that's a good idea? Like, I don't think you should do that. And it's like, no, I'm doing it. The industry needs a wake-up call. And so he did, and all hell broke loose, as you can imagine. A couple of weeks later, it was the AVN Porn Awards, and Kevin got all of these porn stars to wear T-shirts with August's face and with a message that further, was further pointing the finger at the people who had Twitter bullied August to death. And so I started fact-checking Kevin's story, and certain things didn't add up. And then people started saying, I think he murdered her. And I think those people had probably been listening to too many true crime podcasts. But I also had been listening to too many true crime podcasts. And so we started going down that road. But of course, it became very clear very quickly that he didn't murder her.
Okay.
But neither was the Twitter bullying story, the full story.
Okay.
The full story was much more nuanced, interesting. A lot of it was to do with isolation, I think. And I isolate, so I really empathized with that.
Was her isolation due to the business or just her personality? Or
she was an extrovert and Kevin was an introvert, and he moved her out to a part of the valley quite a long way from her friends. But kind of Rapunzel-like, I suppose. And I think, her isolating. LA is I don't know if you find this when you spend time in LA. LA is a place that's not good if you're prone to isolating, because it's all about your house. New York's all about the street.
Yeah.
LA's all about your house.
In your car.
Yeah. And so if you are somebody who's prone to isolating, LA can be a terrible place to live.
It magnifies that isolation.
Yeah.
I mean, not to mention maybe the celebrity culture as well, which makes you feel isolated too.
Yeah,
they
funny.
Celebrate the people at the top.
Yeah, and it's literally at the top, because the rich people live on the hills.
Yeah.
So you've got all of these people down below looking up. It's just like Sunset Boulevard, the movie, looking up at these big houses on the hills. And what's happening in the big houses on the hill is Robbie Williams hating, doing a stadium tour and wanting to meet alien abductees.
Right.
So
more isolation.
So the happiness isn't anywhere.